Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it's a better teamfight hero than some of the other heroes he's been playing. Like, if he's playing some, like, Night Stalker pickoff hero, it's not as disruptive to the overall fight, and they need somebody to frontline. And if you're playing against a Luna and you just get blade mails on heroes, at least you can reflect a lot of damage with just a little bit of gold.
That's a good point. Maybe the idea was double blade mail. Like, they want Earth Spirit and Primal, and they're like, okay, we can get away with picking the Primal first. We'll save the Earth Spirit for later until we see the matchup. They see the Storm. All of a sudden, it's a go to Earth Spirit game, and now they also get the two blade mail heroes. Yeah, I like that.
And it gives you gap close against Morta. Like, the games that Morta did badly was usually against, like, Clockworks or other heroes that are good at getting on top of Morta.
Right.
If Primal gets on top of Morta, she's spending seconds just to try to not die at the start of the fight. So they need gap close, especially when you have a Medusa. Someone's got to go in.
Boy, that is an incredible Underlord ban. Imagine this guy getting a pipe on Underlord. You send all these melee guys in, and then all of a sudden they're just taking all this AoE damage. They're stuck in the chains. Like, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah,
I mean, for now, I feel like this is not the easiest Luna game. It depends a lot on, like, your early game, but Luna hates being collapsed on. And Liquid have, like, some of the best collapsing heroes in, like, the entire game. You can literally get rolled on by by Earth Spirit, Tusk can run at you, the Primal as well. So I think for now, GAMIN need, well, they have last pick, luckily for them. They need an ace hero that, in my opinion, you need auras, and you need to help Luna at, like, minute 10 to 15 when they are really strong. And I feel like right now, you can maybe already decide, if Liquid make this first move bottom, whether you answer it or you're looking to dodge it. Because when this Earth Spirit comes to you in this lane and there's some Tusk gating and a Primal Beast charging in, I don't think you want to be responding to this move.
Some CM Muerta is not going to want to fight that.
Yeah, no way.
That's two supports dying right there.
Because Liquid needs most, like, I mean, they could pick a 4. Like, they can pick a 4 or 5 on Liquid here. They could play the Tusk on Insania with the Medusa as a carry.
So maybe one option is that they just dodge that play that you mentioned, and they pick, like, a Beastmaster for GAMIN, and instead they just play the other side of the map.
Yeah.
They pick up the Pugna.
This pick is really damn good. I'm starting to love this pick a lot against Storm. Like, you have this facet where your ward heals you for, like, 40% of whatever mana people use. It's actually very nasty against Storm, and I think it's really good, like, with Liquid here as well, because you have these heroes that go in for you. You just need to enable them to, like, not stop. Like, you can help your Earth Spirit to be topped off, your Primal Beast as well. So Liquid, big fan of their pick.
Do you think they're just going to up-tempo with the Pugna, basically, like dumping mana into their low mana cap, but high tankiness strength heroes?
Because at least for now, you know you have the matchup, at least the one-to-one matchup with Dusa against Luna. Dusa does out-carry Luna and make fights kind of hard. So if you make sure that your 3 to 4 man ball matches GAMIN and your Dusa keeps farming, you should be pretty happy.
And it gives them a second save from their support perspective when they already had a great one on Tusk. So now it's like, okay, if Storm goes on Pugna, Tusk could save him or someone else. Or if somebody goes on Tusk, then Pugna can save him. So it makes it a lot harder for the one mobility here on GAMIN right now to be successful in his jump, which is usually really, really important.
So what's the gacha pick GAMIN goes for?
They absolutely need a pipe builder.
Maybe Darkseer?
I was thinking of Darkseer as well. The only issue is you're playing Darkseer with 4 ranged heroes. But we've seen people do it. A lot of people are not really valuing the Darkseer combo in lane. And instead, they're just playing to have a strong aura builder, and then it's very good against Medusa. It's like Darkseer or Beast to me.
I'm not finding too many heroes that give me, like, this team fight in the mid game, but are also a good answer to Medusa. That's why I feel like Darkseer, maybe he's a bit awkward with you, but he gives you everything you kind of want. I think this one is also very good. Because your Medusa doesn't really touch you that much. You have Stampede to, like, run in and out. I guess it's an okay blade mail game as well.
Yeah,
not insane, but it's pretty good.
In Dacha, everybody was building Crimson against Medusa first item, so I can understand this approach. I do worry about the other heroes being a little unanswered. I mean, Centaur can build Crimson and Pipe, so it's fine, right? It's just that Centaur more recently has been going for the Crimson build, but he'll go for both. And I do like this hero for jumping the Pugna in the backline.
Yeah,
that's nice.
And Stampede is wonderful for helping to counter the jump that your opponents have when they have way more than you, giving every team on your team, every hero on your team haste for a couple seconds.
Yeah, you just run away from their engage if it looks really good for them.
If you aren't ice sharded or stunned the whole time. So there's still some big worries that they're going to have to address, but I think Centaur is a decent pick.
Do we then feel that Liquid still has a little bit the upper hand in this draft because they made the last pick for GAMIN to have to do so many things that they kind of maybe were drafted into a little bit.
I would say that I prefer Liquid at least a little bit, like maybe some 60-40. Of course, it's playable for both teams, but they should be pretty happy if the game continues in like a nice way. They're very happy. For GAMIN, what I see them do is they need to like put their 2 subs with Quinn and really like open up the map. If they do, I think they're on the back foot like pretty hard.
If this were last patch, I would say I like GAMIN's draft because I feel like the Luna tempo versus Medusa, and with the heroes that they have, they could just run around and brawl. But on this patch, I'm pretty confident Medusa will get to like the 2 to 3 item timing, and I think that's where she'll be totally fine against the Luna, especially with the heroes that she has to back her up.
I mean, per normal, the lanes are still really important, and putting Centaur against a Pugna 5 doesn't sound that bad because you're doing a lot of magic nuke anyways, so they have some leverage there, and if they can get ahead in net worth, it doesn't matter as much that your opponents have dive advantage against you because you're like, okay, well, I have an extra item over you, so I'm going to survive, and I'm on the offensive anyways, so lanes are, as always, very important.
Is there one lane in particular that you're going to keep your eye on?
I'm not sure in particular. Do you guys have any ideas?
Maybe Saberlight early on, because I don't play that much Primal. I don't know how well he's going to do in this lane. And then after, it's the mid lane.
It's the mid lane, but first some Saberlight action. That's what we're going to look at. But you're going to look at everything, because that's the way it goes. And we are going to have Game 1 ready for you. We're going to head over to OD Pixel and Fog. But first, on PogChamp Pandas.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some Dota 2 action with myself, OD Pixel and Fogged. We've got a banger of a match here that's already kicking off, and already first blood has occurred. It is a Gaming Gladiators against Liquid. A bit of a rematch, Fogged, of course, from the Grand Finals. A little bit of a change here and there, obviously, right? Well, with Liquid, 33 out, Saberlight in, and for Gaming Gladiators, Directio out and Watson in. We're going to see how those changes affect the matchup and who's able to come out on top in this first series of DreamLeague Season 24.
And let's see if that last tournament that they all just played has any type of effect on this matchup too. This is definitely looking to be a pretty exciting one. I'm siding with what Panel was saying too. I like Liquids a little bit more. It feels like they can be very aggressive and get the space for this Medusa. But GAMIN getting first blood, definitely going to help.
Absolutely, of course, yeah. Quinn able to get the pick up on that. So we'll see if they can get him in return. They've caught him in the shards.
Looking pretty dead.
He's looking very dead. As Quinn will try and run away, but will get charged down. So Gaming Gladiators trying to fight back, but they are heavily outnumbered. Tofu has managed to get Instania pretty low. Won't be able to kill them off. So
help is mid now.
A little bit of revenge, but now is exactly right. Well, Quinn got the first blood, but does subsequently miss a couple of creeps here or there. The last hit and a deny, but I guess it was literally just one. So not too bad. I'm sure Quinn is still going to be very happy with the way that this one is starting.
Yep, good lane for him too versus that Earth Spirit. Yeah, there's some little plays that can go around with the ES versus the Storm, but overall Quinn should have a very, very good start here on the Storm. And let's look at these other lanes. They did end up putting Boxy on the Pugna for the 4. They want to have this melee plus range to be able to harass. It is a strong lane to be able to put pressure on versus the Luna and the CM, but I haven't really seen the Luna struggle too much in laning phase lately, even if it is these type of pressuring heroes to get on top of you, so we'll have to see. And the CM overall, it does protect a lot versus that Primal Beast in most situations, so I think Watson should be pretty good down here.
Sure. But overall, do you have sort of a vibe from one of these teams, one of these drafts that you're kind of liking a bit more? Feels a bit safer to play with? Yeah,
I was saying that I think at least a little bit for me, Liquids, just because they have this like double save thing. This Pugna plus this Tusk with Medusa just feels pretty ridiculous. But Gaming does have a very strong fighting lineup also early. They can snowball pretty hard, and they can scale, of course, very hard when they have the Storm Luna combo. So it should be pretty interesting series, pretty interesting game. Lots of aggression definitely can come out quickly here. These two mid laners definitely going to be the ones to watch. The spirits in every game.
Every game.
Every single game.
So much.
I mean, these drafts actually are... I feel like this is what we're seeing non-stop.
It does kind of feel like you know, no hero here is a surprise.
No,
Right?
I mean, the Pugna is maybe the slight surprise in a way, right?
Sure, I
But-
guess out of all of them, the more so. But we have seen it, and we've seen it been run with the Deucer. But everything else, it's all the familiar faces of this current patch showing up for this first game, as should be the case. As of course, you know, with this tournament, it's quite a long one. We've got about, what, 15 days of gameplay.
Sure
or at
do.
least around that. Highly expect that it's highly likely that by the end of this tournament, we're going to be seeing some pretty different drafts.
I really hope so. I mean, maybe the patch also, if we do get one.
I hope
of course, help that
We're all
too,
hoping
but
for that one.
I think the amount of Luna versus Medusa that we're seeing in all these tournaments is definitely starting to get a bit sickening, but it's okay. It's all right. Looking at these lanes right now, Gaming doing a fantastic job in the CS department, but they will lose Celery.
Well, indeed, able to get in aggressive and take him down there. Saberlight gets the kill. Yes, mid lane matchup. Quinn getting the edge as the Storm, and of course is boosted up with that first blood. Yeah, shouldn't be too much of a bother for Nisha. We've seen many an Earth Spirit not have an easy time in the lane, but get themselves back into the game with some really good rotations.
And he could just like go for kills constantly if he does get a rotation, because Quinn is low. He's got Fairy Fire. Oh, the Nether Ward.
That was close, yeah. Good attempt there from Boxy to drop that down. He wants the kill, Boxy.
He's got to get him.
He's going for it, and indeed he will. Boxy making sure there that Quinn doesn't stand a chance of getting away from this.
I've been waiting for, and we do see people doing it quite a bit here, Saberlight.
A little bit of a dive, but he's got the charge. He's ready to get away.
I've been wanting to see that more because it's just it's spirits picked every single game, right? It's just the Storm Spirit almost every time. That I want to see those rotations. You know, when there's an Earth Spirit mid, you can do the kick under towers. You're gonna lose lane, but you can do these type of things to make you win these matchups that you don't normally win. So,
Ooh, a lovely
Nice
shot
charge.
there from Insania. Pretty much max range, catching Tofu in. They'll try and push Wicket back with a dead shot, but Tofu, man, it looks like they can't actually commit for him here with Ace
Big
presenting
stick.
himself. Same time down bottom, Saberlight gets in on top of Celery. Once more,
Watson.
but Boxy takes him out. Watson
Oh my
also
goodness.
ends up dying for that effort to try and fight back.
that's pretty massive for them because if you look, Saberlight only has like 10 CS.
He was struggling in that lane, but now they've just got a double kill between the two of them down there.
That's beautiful. If they're able to get on the CM first like that, it's huge. They have multiple ways to slow down and stop the Primal in the lane, but if Celery's dying first, it's going to hurt Watson a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
No ways to double slow and hold him back. Yeah, you have a beam to stop a charge, but
well, that's the thing, right? I feel like getting kills like that in that lane, it depends how you want to look at it. It's either great plays from Liquid or maybe some misplays from Gaming Gladiators. You have with the Lucid Beam, you have potential methods, obviously, with the Crystal Maiden as well to hold back those plays. And Liquid's finding chances to play around that and get killed.
and Boxy left the lane. He left the lane and then came back, and they got the kills right afterwards. He's level 3, and he has a Vitality booster already queued up. He has boots, wand, and 800 gold on this Pugna.
Yeah, they got to
He's
calm things
loaded.
down on that bottom lane. Gaming Gladiators, they can't afford to give up any more kills. They're getting so close to maybe getting Boxy there, but you can feel after
baiting him.
the recent events, they're being much more careful about trying for that sort of action. They're not going to fall for that again.
Yeah,
they cannot afford to die again on that bottom lane.
Because they can, at this point now, it's like Saberlight, yeah, his CS is still not the greatest, but the kill threat, it's constantly there. Luna is fragile. CM too, if you don't get the stop of the charge. So they're putting a lot of pressure on this bottom tower.
Can't make the move there for Ace, but it's able to line up the Hustomp.
Celery.
There, Saberlight, they're going to be able to do it again.
They were hiding for so long. Like, they were literally just missing out, I think, on almost 2 full creep waves because of the play that they went there. And Boxy's still just, playing safe.
I mean, Boxy's getting so much done right. What, 3-0-2.
Pushing the limits.
This is some hot stuff here on the Pugna.
And yeah, Vitality Booster done if he wants to go the route of that and go like something like an Atos. If he wants that, doesn't look bad at all. This game when you're playing versus the Storm could be something cool.
Yeah, sure. I mean, a lot of fours nowadays do love to rush the Atos, right?
Yeah, I think it's like, that's why Mortz is getting picked like every single game. People are trying to find the good floor positions to be able to build it. So maybe Pugna is going to be on the rise.
That's the attempt from Insania with the blocks, and tell you what, it's going to go and work. They're able to close it onto Ace. He'll get the Hustomp out, but won't be able to run. Liquid getting the kills across the map. You sure see on the CS, all 3 of Gaming Gladiators' cores are farming that little bit better, but the moves, the plays, the kills,
And
it's all
Watson?
favoring Liquid so far. And bottom lane,
Is that a solo kill?
it just continues. I mean, Saberlight should die for this. Quinn comes in with a rotation. They have to make him pay a little bit. He's got a Lotus and the stick, but won't keep him alive. I mean, they had to kill him for that. I mean, Saberlight, he's getting away with making so many moves down on this bottom lane.
This is wild stuff. They're getting an insane amount with Boxy's Pugna and with just Saberlight alone. He's got Face Soul Ring, 19 CS, but that net worth is not reflected. He's doing excellent. He's top 2 net worth. No, he's bottom of the core on CS.
They want to go top again, Nisha.
Super aggressive.
Still around, gets the slow onto Ace. If Ace has got any way out of this, I don't know if he does. As he'll slowly but surely being chased down by
Wisdom Runes
Nisha.
too. They got a TP going for it, okay. Because Boxy, I was like, where's Boxy? He's going for the Wisdom while this play is happening.
It's taken him a long time, but the job is a success. They get the kill. That's indeed Tofu.
He was
for
fair.
Gaming Gladiators, able to make sure that Boxy doesn't get away with that well. Because if they were getting away with making that play and also stealing the Wisdom, yeah, things was maybe starting to look a bit rough for Gaming Gladiators in this early game.
Liquid, they're insanely on top of things right now, though. You can tell with the movements, especially from Boxy, as he tends to do, has these really spectacular early games. They're on top of these little things, because it's like, yeah, okay, these two heroes, they can kill this, and he makes that move to go for Wisdom, too. It's very heads up. Sure, he doesn't get it, but yeah.
We're seeing on the net worth for Boxy, he's getting close to having the same sort of net worth as we're seeing on the Centaur.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's I mean, we can discuss about the Pugna game in particular. It's a phenomenal game for it with the Medusa. Watson again.
Oh, look at these body blocks as well. I mean, Watson will survive, but backup has to come in and will turn up.
Boxy's going to full heal. The Nether Ward does not let Storm play.
They'll be able to finish the Nether Ward off. The turnover towards Boxy. They'll get the grab back. Good job from Quinn. Once again, doing what he can, really, to kind of keep this bottom lane in an okay position with his rotation.
I mean, Quinn really is that X factor that's kind of salvaging this early game a bit here. All three of those kills sure as the first blood, and then the ones afterwards, but yeah, nice moves. But yeah, that's the Pugna thing. You're going to see that constantly. That's the one thing about Storm versus Pugna that makes it really complicated, is if that Nether Ward is down, he's just going to be full healing constantly when you're zipping.
Yeah, and so, if he's full healing, if he's surviving right, he's getting the chance to save his teammates.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to be a bit of a thing that we'll have to see how Gaming responds to answer later on. It's going to have to be somebody to deal with these double saving supports. So yeah, we'll see how Quinn and Ace, because they're the ones who are probably going to have to do it in particular, will be able to do so.
That was a tricky one there. They were going to see if they could try and trip Quinn up, but he had full mana. Nisha's going to try and chase on, but backup's coming in. Won't be able to get the opening stun. Nisha will be dragged back to safety.
Whoops. Anti-synergy. Pulled him as he magnetized.
Oh, he pressed magnetize. Oh!
Yeah. I heard the rumbling.
Okay, yeah.
I heard the rumble.
Yeah,
I was like, wait a minute.
I didn't see no rumbling, but you're right, you heard it.
Yeah, I heard that.
At least he had the arcane going. So
he did.
60 seconds, but...
Rostasnya kentang panggang. Enaknya tanpa rasa bersalah. Enaknya ada Garuda.
I mean, I gotta say, that's probably on Nisha there. I feel like Insania made the correct call. He's like, bro, we're not killing these heroes. We gotta get out.
Blaming it. Nisha.
Well, you're blaming Insania. You gotta blame one of them.
I would take the blame if I was Insania there.
Okay.
That's my core with an arcane.
Sure, that's true. In the moment, right? Yeah. You don't want to keep Nisha like,
gotta keep him feeling
comfortable. Oh, well,
Watson,
there we go. Watson.
Wait, what?
Talk
Again?
about not feeling comfortable. What
is going on?
He's dead again.
I tipped him. I don't know what's going on, but I need to start watching bottom of my screen.
He needs more than one tip, I feel, for what he's doing down there. This is some crazy stuff. 5-1 of 3. Over in the mid. Insania.
They're trying to give Quinn the kills. They're trying to give him the last
all
hit.
on Quinn.
Tofu's dance. I think the calling got the last hit there, but trying to pump up Quinn as much as possible. During nighttime, too, he does have that extra bonus damage, so a little bit of extra thing that he got from the Luna there. But a 3K lead already, 10-4.
Quinn.
And he gets the haste Nisha.
Quinn. Is there any way to save him from this? Okay, he's got a lot of one charges.
Zip away, but he might have to just full zip away. Oh, he's going in.
Yeah, he wants to try and turn tape down Boxy. Oh, he's very... Well, maybe not.
That Nether Ward.
Is he going to be able to walk away from this?
He's
he
moving.
Oh my goodness, he survives. The snowball comes in. The shards are out from Insania, who's been able to trap Tofu in as well.
Oh my goodness,
How
they are just playing too well.
Getting away with this.
And Nisha?
Oh, he wants it. And he's going to get it. He's in, keep the magnetize going. All right, the cleanup crew's turning up pretty early in this game. 10 minutes in, 13-4. Gaming Gladiators.
Looking rough.
They are. It's a rough start to the game for them on this one.
Look at the Nether Ward. It was in range. Boxy also had stick, heals up. What a pull.
And at that point, yeah, Quinn's completely out of mana. They pop a Stampede. It doesn't matter. The ice shards are down. There's nowhere to run.
And even though the Magnetize was wasted earlier, that Arcane Rune, it
really did. That Arcane meant that it was up for that play.
Yeah.
It was up for that play. So it all worked out.
Mickey's got the freest game in the world. There's zero pressure on this Medusa. Everyone's making all the moves around. They're pressuring Watson. They pushed him completely out of the bottom lane, and they're just having difficulties in responding.
Yeah.
A panel mentioned there was going to be a very difficulty in the early game based on the collapse they can do with these heroes. With Saberlight on this Primal Beast, with the Earth Spirit. I mean, the Pugna may be a bit of a, not one that was going to be diving as much, but he's doing insane work, and there's not really good ways to respond. These two fragile supports, they don't want to show up to these fights. They just die.
This is going to be tough to slow down.
Yep.
I think what the panel was talking about as well, when Mickey hits these, what's kind of the 3-item timing, which he's going to hit very fast this game, and he turns up. It's good luck to the Luna, right? You know, in terms of timings for Watson to try and match the pace, or at least kind of keep the distance he wants between him on a Luna and Mickey on the Medusa this game. It's going to be very hard for Watson to get there now after he suffered in this early game.
And it's a very enabled Medusa, as we're going to keep saying too, right? It's got Pugna, and it's got Tusk. So you've got Drinking Buddies, and you've got the Drain constantly to be healing you up. So it definitely looks very difficult for gaming in this mid-game, now that the lanes did not go in their favor. I feel like they're kind of on some weird recovery mode. And Liquid could absolutely do this kind of... This game could end pretty fast, because Medusa is one of those heroes that you can get that early roast, you get like the Manta Butterfly, and you close the game. So could definitely see Liquid play at that type of pace with this type of lead that they've got right now. So gaming, they've got to respond with like numbers and have to be ready for the moves faster. I think if they TP one by one to the dives that are happening from Liquid, it's going to be disastrous. I think either CM or Tofu, maybe even both, have to just play together for these next upcoming moments until they have Ace being able to get involved.
There we go. Probably one of the fastest Atos timings we've seen in a position for Pugna.
12 minutes? Wait, what? Aye, that's crazy. Well, they've got more control now for the Storm.
And for the Stampede, right?
And for the Stampede, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, these timings are absurd. They're farming the Ancients as a team.
Dire's middle tower is under
Liquid
attack.
looking for fights.
For Quinn. They get the jump on him.
Got the Atos.
Yeah, with the Atos, they can very easily find the setup, and that's only going to continue before he gets the time to farm up his BKB, which is a long way away.
Owen, that's one of those moments where he literally goes, Boxy has a Atos? You know, it's like, what the hell is going on?
I'd imagine if this was a pub, Quinn would probably not be too happy with his teammates at that point.
No.
When he sees this Pugna walk up and Atos him at 12 minutes in, he's going to be like, guys.
He's like, wait, Pugna was a 3, right? Pugna was 3, right? Jeez.
That's got to feel rough.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Boxy continues it as he's up to the top, gets the opening onto Ace.
It's just smooth. Ace?
I mean, they may dive him. Yeah, they'll dive him.
Oh, TP's coming in.
TP's are coming. And they'll be able to punish this a little bit. Oh, would they? The heals? Boxy trying to get them with the saves on Anisha. Won't be able to keep Anisha alive. This time, Liquid biting off a little bit more than they can chew, as they will lose the 3 heroes.
Oh god, his wasn't gonna die for a second. Yeah, but off more than they can choose, definitely. You know, they got excited. They got excited. They were feeling themselves.
Were they going to dive the tower? I mean, with everything else that's happened so far this game, you know, you can't blame them for being like, yeah, let's try and go for this as well. But this time, Gaming Gladiators set up for it, and Watson able to get a very well-needed double kill. So a little bit of a boost to help Watson get back into the game. And with that in mind, you know, he is not falling too far behind that of Mickey at all. That double kill really getting his game back on track.
Whoa, what I miss? He's level 12 now too. Yeah, his levels are actually pretty good.
I mean, it's just huge kills for him.
Yeah, they were massive, actually massive. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better moment for it to happen because things were starting to really get out of control there. So
yeah, as we were talking about earlier on the panel, right? That the power of the throw this patch is pretty strong, right? You get a little bit of a lead. If you make a few mistakes, though, it can really come back to hurt you.
Definitely true. Tofu. Whoopsie.
Okay. A few misspells here and there, and with the Stampede out, Liquid's not going to get that kill that two of them may have thought would have been an easy one.
Just really wanted to just full disengage, I guess, there. Okay. Don't know if the Stampede was fully necessary, but that means that Liquid, they could look for dive plays versus no Stampede. How long on the Eclipse? Eclipse is going to be back up in about 20 seconds, and Quinn is going for the Shard. So the build that we saw popularized so much, I believe it was Wallachia was one of the first, at least I saw them buying it every time at 15, but this will allow him to fight early a bit better with his team too and add some extra damage that they definitely need. Because it feels like without Eclipse, they can't fight too well early on. This could help quite a bit.
Up from Boxy. Going to be able to allow Nisha to get the angle in on towards Watson. Quinn jumps across. Again, Liquid, they're fighting into a large number of Gaming Gladiators. Saberlight's going to try and come crashing in onto this. Gets the grab onto the backlines. He's caught the Crystal Maid as they take out the 2 supports. Liquid, and it's working out. They're able to split them apart, and Liquid take them down 1 by 1. Triple kill for Saberlight. Back to the aggression, working perfectly for Liquid.
He gets the bing bong him as well too. The blade mail. Quinn killed himself. Right back to how it was before with Liquid dominating.
Watson look at that again.
Couldn't do much.
And Quinn just sort of hanging in the sidelines there, looking for a chance to get back in. But as you say, with that zip away, tries to turn and fight back. And at that point, it's all too late. Trampled and blade mailed. Saberlight cleaning up house, having a fantastic game here on the Primal Beast.
Yeah, he's absolutely dominating. He's almost got the BKB done. He's almost matching the farm of his Dusa. And Mickey, he's going Scotty, it looks like. Okay, oh, that's fine. he wants to go down this route too. I mean, they have such a tremendous lead anyway. Good aggressive wards too. That's another thing that I'm seeing Gaming struggling because they fell so far behind early. They can't get vision out and they can't actually take out these wards.
I mean, does Mid-K really need to do anything? They've had 20 kills. He's only had to show up for 2 of them.
No.
You know? So he could just keep hitting the creeps, hitting the neutrals, and he doesn't need to do anything right now. He is the fullback of the fullback.
And the really scary thing,
the backup plans.
I mean, on top of all the other scary things, obviously, is that the BKBs are coming out for Nisha and the Primal Beast. So pretty much all the damage that's coming out from Gaming is magical, and it's especially going to be coming from the Eclipse. Now there's just no way to burst them unless they don't get the BKBs off, and they don't really have the greatest forms of initiation yet at this point.
Sofa will be found, but at the least that should give Quinn enough space to escape. Sofa gets left behind.
Who are you going to give it to? They're giving it to Nisha. Probably telling them that he's... Oh, just kidding. Boxy. All right, cool.
I mean, he's like, bro, I
was like, Nisha's right next to BKB,
no,
though.
I'm going to take the kills this game.
That was pretty funny. It looks like they were saving it, and Foxy's like, no, chill. Back to business. Philosopher's Stone also for Boxy, so even richer. And these wards, they just have vision of everything. They're setting up for Watson already. He does have vision himself, so should be able to sneak away. But every time he goes to hit a camp, they're just running at him. Look at 5 heroes collapsing on top of Watson.
I mean, he's run so far, and they're still going to get him.
They're still on top.
They're still going to be able to cut him off there with Nisha and Insania coming in from the top side of the river.
There's no space on the map whatsoever. Quinn is jungling top, Ace is jungling bottom, Celery stacking, so there's just nowhere really for Watson to go, and Liquid is identifying that perfectly.
Celery?
Oh. Ah.
Well.
That's not where you want to be.
No, that was definitely one of those moments where he kind of found himself in a place where he didn't want to find himself.
Yeah.
So I'm here, what am I doing here? I didn't want to be here, I'm here, I'm dead.
2 school bullies just jumping him.
It happens. And now there's this mid push coming in, you know,
it's
like, well, I might as well turn up, stop, put some pressure on, nothing else is happening.
And I'm actually glad. You know, I was saying, like, I thought he was going to do Manta Butterfly at first, because that's the we're dominating, and I'm going to end the game on my 2-item timing. Scotty, yeah, either way, he changes it up, so. Solo Crust already finished. Their timings are just crazy. It's everybody is so farmed on their team, and they're just continuing to just shrink the map and not let Watson play. Quinn has been literally playing in the dire jungle for the last like 2 minutes. It's the only place that he feels safe to farm with the aggression that's been put out.
He needs his BKB.
It's so
kind
far.
of one of that's the mood he's on right now. It's just like, guys, I'm AFK farming BKB, and that's not because he's mad. That's because it's the only thing really he can do as having a hope of turning up to these fights.
Yeah.
He turns up without it, he's dead. So he's just gotta get that timing, hope for the best, hope that the game keeps going, so he can turn up and fight.
I mean, it's exactly where he has to play. He has to just play kind of this AFK style for now. As Watson trying to smoke and find places to go. Ace will get spotted.
He's running.
He's got Blade Mail Pipe.
And he's pretty tanky.
Dire's bottom tower is under
They're going to keep searching for him.
Oh, they know.
They will find him. Very well played there once again by Saberlight. He just knows how to catch them every time. You cannot hide from him.
I want to see more of
down
this.
on this bottom line of the map. Saberlight, he always knows where they're heading.
I want to see more of this Saberlight Primal Beast. It's giving me like flashbacks of, you remember like when Saberlight first getting in with his axe? Remember like his iconic axe kind of just jumping in? And this is bringing me back to the like Saberlight just dominating lane kind of thing. It's been a long time, obviously, but I hear a CM ult. Just clearing a wave, I guess. They're trying to just, it's just desperation. They're literally just nuking waves, trying to find anything while Liquid, they're just bullying.
I mean, Quinn,
looking for targets.
He's not got a huge amount of mana here.
Uh-oh.
He play his way out of this. That's all the mana that he's got to use.
He cannot.
He's not got anything else to do. It was inevitable, right? You're farming this top side of the map. Eventually, you're going to get found. In terms of progress on the BKB, how much?
Wait, Watson
keeps up against Ogu Club in the recipe.
Oh, they got Watson again. Saberlight is just on him, and yeah, you can't get out of this.
Oh. Oh, maybe.
No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it exciting. I'm just trying to help out the viewers here.
They are just anywhere. Anyone who shows on gaming is just hunted instantly.
Oh, and the Atos. Boxy.
You bully. Take it again. Take the kill. Wait. Oops.
Give it a
There
Boxy.
we go. Oh.
He missed!
Now Nisha gets it.
Ah, there we go. He gave him a chance. He's like, bro, if you're going to miss, I'm going to take that.
And immediately pumps Nisha back up. I want to see Pugna so much more. And of course, this one may be a bit of an outlier.
plays a lot
but
of it right. I feel like he is one of the Pugners.
Yeah, and this hero, I think, it's gotten buffed a lot of times, too, and it definitely has these type of games, especially versus Storm. I'm going to put this one out a lot of times because it's one of the ones I really like to play or like to see versus Storm. Yeah, it's looking phenomenal. And I don't even think I've seen him have to drain the Dusa, because it just hasn't had to happen.
No, Mikkei's just chilly.
He's
not
doing whatever
needed to really be involved that much. He's turned up for a bit of a push here and there.
Hello, Ace.
But he's just doing his job, and at the moment that's sort of sitting back and hitting the creeps. Now he's going to be present for this, but they just can't fight into it. They have to back off Gaming Gladiators. They can't really touch this Medusa run.
Is it Roshan time? It might be Roshan time. Look at the line drawn. I can't tell which color that is, but I think if that looks like Saberlit, perhaps. I think he's just knowing. They know that they're trapped in the base pretty much already at this point. It's 20 minutes in, and they are having extreme difficulties getting out.
That's pretty crazy, actually. But Boxy, he's only got, at least on his main account, probably his own account, because everyone, they're all good boys, aren't they, these pro players? It's 49, only 49 games. And
That's a bit surprising.
86% of those games were played as core. So the support Pugna gameplay, I mean, maybe if any reason why we're sitting and playing and get this farmed, you know, he's used to playing
Look at Saberlit go.
This game. I mean, this game, Fog, it feels like it's over.
It's felt like it has been. Yeah. He hit 4 heroes, though.
Yeah.
That was pretty beautiful. And Watson.
They're just diving.
High fives.
I think we go.
Yeah, I think it's... they're not even going for Roche. They might just go for the high ground here.
32-7. 23 minutes.
A beatdown.
We did hear from Jenkins.
They did just fly in.
There was Jenkins saying that he saw some members of Gaming Gladiators rolling out of the after party at the previous tournament at 4 o'clock this morning.
It could be true.
You know, maybe still feeling the ramifications of that one.
Well, they got destroyed. Yeah. Bottom lane in particular probably can't happen like that the way it did. You know, Saberlit getting these solo kills constantly while Boxy was rotating as well too. So that one was probably the standout for me because Nisha, yes, he made nice moves. I feel like Medusa, Insania had some nice ones, but that bottom lane absolutely destroyed the entire game. And yeah, Darth Boxy, whatever you want to call him, out of control.
Yeah, he crushed it this game. Yeah, that duel then was fantastic. I mean, everyone did. Everyone did the jobs on Liquid. Gaming Gladiators. It's the first game. As I said, maybe just waking up. I'm sure, you know, that's just what they needed to kind of get a bit of a kick in their step. And then next game, we're going to see a bit of a closer one. Gaming Gladiators just needing a bit of a warm-up. It is the afternoon, but that some of us gamers can be a morning sometimes with sleep schedules as they can be when you're playing the old video games. So maybe game 2, we'll see a bit more from Gaming Gladiators. As this one, we just did not get to see much at all. And Liquid, yeah, it's business as usual for them. They turn up and they completely smash this, Fogs. Game 2, I mean, you were saying from the start, right? You did feel that Gaming Gladiators missed a bit of a beat with their draft, right? So they could change.
Yeah. My worry is when I see so much, like the fragility of their lineup. It's like they have 4 super squishy heroes versus 2 of the highest, if not the highest strength gain heroes in the game. Earth Spirit and Primal Beast, I think they're the 2 highest. And then you have Tusk as well, too, which is one of the highest also. And they're also just very good damage dealers at the same time of the tankiness. So I was worried for early game of how this sandwiching was going to happen with who shows up to defend the towers. And it actually never happened. Ace, I feel like he wasn't even in the game. So, yeah.
Well, there we go, boys and girls. Not necessarily the most exciting start to the season, but there's many games ahead of us, and there's going to be one more game ahead of us between these 2. So we'll look forward to that, and let's hope that Gaming Gladiators give us a bit of a better fight against Team Liquid, because Team Liquid in this game 1, they make it look pretty easy.
Thank you very much, Odie Pixel and Fog. Yeah, they do make it look very easy. This was not... Well, first of all, this is the lobby. That's great, too. But this was not the way we thought the game was going to go. We did think that Liquid was going to have a good early game, Kazu.
True.
But this...
Well, I liked their draft more, but this looked like a shitstorm.
Yeah.
This, like, the game was over at like minute 12, so I thought it would be easier for them, but you talked about gaming. You know, they probably didn't have much sleep, maybe not many pubs.
No, I know they didn't.
Okay, even worse.
I was there. I saw them. It was today.
Because
in another country.
It showed in this game 1.
Yeah, that was really bad. Let me see. Who can I call out? CY?
Watson?
No.
Wait, he died like 8 times.
I actually think Watson was the one guy that went to sleep.
Oh, yeah, but he still didn't play very well.
In the game, he was the one that suffered.
Yeah,
from his
his team wasn't protecting him.
Okay, fair.
I don't even know how a Primal Beast solo kills Luna CM. That's crazy.
Maybe it's the boxy factor. You know, the Pugna, he did do a lot in this game.
He did.
So maybe he's like, you know, the odd one out. But yeah, I think we just have to credit Liquid for what they did from the laning, the early stuff, then like boxy TPing mid, getting kills there, and then they just play their draft very nice, keep going on them. They outplay them and make it look easy.
That's a second pick primal too. And
I mean, you knew exactly what lane he was going to go up against, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
that helps.
And just looking at the draft, I didn't understand the primal. I feel like Saberlight just asks for heroes that he wants to play. I know that he did that at Dacha with Dawnbreaker. He just likes the hero, thinks that it's good, and wants to fit it into drafts. So they tried to do that, and they did decent there. You know, top 8. Nothing to absolutely scoff at with a new roster.
Both teams got top 8 though.
Yeah, they did. They did. But once again, I'm gonna go up to bat for Liquid here. The way they lost against the Colts brothers, I feel like every single Dota pub player has lost a pub like that, where it's like bullshit. You know, it's like mega creeps versus mega creeps. Anybody could win.
Yeah.
Some double damage rune spawns or somebody mirror shields a spell that they shouldn't. You forget they have a mirror shield and a Linken's, and a guy put a Linken's on them. Everybody's Agnum Scepters, Agnum Shards. I keep rambling on about the insaneness of the 60-minute plus games if you want.
Yeah, that didn't happen today. Today we had a stomp. And I do want to talk a little bit more about the one-sided matchup we just saw. Mostly in relation to how, like, okay, you know, Primal Beast countered Luna there. It's fine. We saw how the mid lane went. And actually, Quinn starting with the first blood, pretty good for him. I want to focus a little bit more on Mickey's Medusa, because I felt that there was no plan on how to deal with him, or were they too far behind to even have a plan?
I mean, I think the plan with the heroes could be that like Centaur and Storm, they can like kind of kite Medusa. Like Luna can play on long range with Beam, you have Stampede to like run in and out, and Storm can zip in and out. But when you're this far behind, they actually never got to that stage where those heroes would be good against Medusa.
Okay.
But I will also say that you are correct in the fact that they don't have the best answer to Medusa. It comes out of like outplaying and outpositioning her, which means you're not in the best spot.
No, because so it wasn't even just
I mean, he had a free game.
GAMIN not showing up for game 1, but it was also a little bit of an.
I don't even know if Mickey was at his computer for that game.
He didn't have to be.
He didn't have to do anything.
Just A-click the ground and, you know, chill.
He did miss most of his third spell, the Gorgon's Grasp, but that didn't matter because he's top net worth hitting creeps.
Watson's looking at Liquid being like, why is my team not doing this? This is the ideal carry game. Your team is just like 15-0 on other lanes. You don't have to do anything. You farm whatever you want. Farm their ancients for all that.
Kalau rasa penting buat lo, pilih yang kaya rasa. Ketika dirasain, semua jadi satu. Dan itu nikmat banget. Gudang garam signature, rasakan nikmatnya hidup.
For all that.
For all that.
For all that.
For whatever.
Okay, so
It's a stomp.
It was a stomp. Like, we can overanalyze stomps, but at the end of the day, one team really didn't play as well as the other team, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And my question would be, though, how to recover from this, because if it is an issue with lack of sleep, and today is just basically a write-off.
Well, you can use game 1, because some teams do this where it's like, oh, we didn't sleep well, or game 1 curse. So it's like, you know, it's the warm-up game. Go next. Say draft-wise, I don't like picking Watson's hero this early.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you can have your Lunas or Shadow Fiends or whatever. Are you ChatGPTing this question?
I am going to, yeah.
Well, let's not wait for that answer. We don't like that. We're going for a real human answer.
Whoa.
And well, the answer to the question in this case would be, what is our Kitty Award of the game?
Thanks, Shiva. I can answer that one, although I am slightly close to ChatGPT. The award of the game was the point of the game where Team Liquid had won their laning stage, and once you have that advantage, you need to get on top of your opponents, and you need to kill them and really solidify the lead. Look at the gold advantage that they have here. It's not that I can't read that far, Shiva. I don't know if you can, but it's this ward right above the Ancients spots the enemies, and this allows them to dive. It's a 3?
3,
oh
that's a 3.
Gosh, the number's going to get a lot bigger after this team fight. With Vision, allows you to make good decisions. It's nighttime here.
4,
if they don't...
5?
Okay, please. Very distracting. If you have Vision at nighttime, it allows you to make good teamfight decisions, and having Vision near the Ancients where the carries are farming, that allows Saberlight to feel confident zipping to the backline to grab a hero that should feel like they're safe in darkness, especially because that's against a team that has a Luna, so they have more night vision than them. So Vision advantage against Lunas during nighttime big, huge thing, and it turns them from a, I think, what, 3K gold advantage up to like 7, I think, at the end was what I saw on stream. So
I would have continued counting if I
the-
was allowed.
That's the blow-up moment of the game after the great laning stage. So if Gaming managed to win that fight, if their initiations were worse, the game could have turned around. But that was like the nail in the piece of wood, or the coffin. ChatGPT would have a better analogy than that. Sorry about that.
Well, we'll find out what that analogy will be some other time. But for now, we're going to prepare for our second game of the series. So we'll see you after this.